Well, thank you so much for that, Justin. And today we have a new segment titled For Your Information. And this afternoon, we're giving you the FYI on what to do in case you ever get into an accident. Today, I'm joined by our certified life care planner from Beacon Rehab, Ron T. Smolarski. Ron, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
You're doing great?
Absolutely.
Good. I'm so glad to have you on the show today.
Yes, we love that. And, you know, Ron, you actually specialize in catastrophic injuries, which, you know, these are types of situations that no one hopes that we have to be in or think about, you know, but however, life throws at you unexpected twists and turns, and it really could happen to anyone. So when we are majorly injured in an accident, either in our personal life or even at work, kind of what is that first step that we should take?
Well, you're going to be seeing a doctor, you'll be seeing a therapist, and depending upon what kind of disability you have, it's going to be what kind of doctor you're going to be seeing. Eventually, you may need to hire an attorney. That's a possibility. I work as an expert, so attorneys hire me, both plaintiff and defense, and they use me to establish objective data to prove the case one way or the other. I would think the audience out here would be more or less probably the plaintiff, and so they have to be educated in knowing what kind of services I need, because that way when they're talking to the attorney, the more educated you're about what's happening to you, you know, well, shouldn't I be doing this, Mr. Attorney, or asking those kind of questions. The more you're educated about it, you know what questions to ask.
That's right. Now, going back to those questions and talking about a medical expert, so what are some of those questions that you would recommend somebody asks the doctor that they would see immediately after they go visit a doctor after an accident?
Well, first of all, in your outpatient, you always want to write down all the directions. They're very important. You have to follow them to a T. And if you have certain injuries, I mean, you might be under a lot of medication, so you want to make sure you have someone that you can count on to take those notes also, because two heads are better than one, and especially if your head's not all there.
Right, exactly. And then we just talked about immediate response, but you know, you said that you were a life care planner. You know, so what are some of the things that you want patients to be aware of now that they are living kind of a new life post-accident, because some of these injuries are going to affect them for the rest of their life. So what do they think about going forward?
Yeah, I got what you're saying. I have 4 skill sets. One, I'm a vocational evaluator, because you have to evaluate a person's livelihood, what occupation. They may not be able to compete, work at a competitive rate or sustained rate, and you need someone that can measure all those worker traits, they're called, like reasoning, math, language, and then you've got like a functional capacity evaluation that measures the person's ability with their finger dexterity, manual dexterity, motor coordination, lifting at a full range of motion. That's important to know too, because that helps prove your case. Life care planning is all the future medical needs that you'll need for the rest of your life. And then you also need a forensic economist. They determine the future value and present value of your wages, your household chores, things you do around the home, those are damages, your benefits, and all the future medical that's for the rest of your life.
Right. Yeah. So one more question. What have you found in your years of experience is the biggest mistake that people make when they're going through an accident?
Well, I think I'll just pick one injury, okay? Because I deal with a lot of injuries. I deal with people have been amputated, or cerebral palsy, RSD, we have severe pain, spinal cord injuries. But let's take a head injury, because a lot of times, if you're kind of a tough guy or even a tough woman, I'll walk it off. Well, that doesn't always happen. And you really need a neuropsychologist, and you need a physiatrist, a doctor of physical medicine. And those particular 2 disciplines help objectively determine if you've got some underlying things that and you may even know of them already, because it's usually lighting, noises
audio
bother you, and you start forgetting things. Plus, when you're just using your hands, you're not very good at your dexterity. It's not all there. Those are just some symptoms. You don't have to be a doctor or a therapist to know. You go, you know what? I think I'm gonna go check this out. But if you have a TBI or a head injury or close head injury, all those things, check it out, because that could ruin you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's not you recognize it. It might be your spouse, your
Wow,
your good buddy, and it says, hey man, you don't act the same anymore. There's something different about you.
Right.
And so that's why you want to find out that. But that's just one disability, but that's a crucial one, because auto accidents and on the job, all kinds of places, riding a bike, these things happen, and it's unfortunate, but they do happen. But you got to know what to do.
Yes, and obviously you are the go-to guy to do that.
Well, I'm just part of the puzzle.
Just part of the puzzle. Well, we'll have part of that puzzle on our on our website as well, where you can contact you. So definitely stick around for that. But thank you so much for joining us. You've been a pleasure to talk about some of these things. So.